who's joining me. I've got quite a setup here, and I'm super excited to be with you. I'm Jenny Fenig. I am hosting a training webinar and hangout for Coaches in the Making. I am doing this via Google Hangout and via Periscope. So, hey everyone who's joining me on either platform. Super excited to be with you. Really looking forward to talking with the next generation of coaches ready to make a difference and a great living. So everyone who signed up for my webinar, I'm going to be popping in over here. Tell me who you are and where you're from. And if you're on Periscope right now, who are you? Where are you from? I'm deciding to kind of double broadcast, if you will, because this is about leveraging your energy, leveraging your time, which is something that I know a lot about, and I want to teach all of you future coaches to really rock out how to take your content, take your energy, and put it in a lot of different places, okay? So if you're here, hey, Darcy's on the line, go ahead and tell me who you are. You should see a chat option underneath the video. I want to know who you are, where you're from. Tell me so we can really be here together. I want to know, right? Yeah, and Darcy's there to let you know how to make sure the video is moving and grooving, making sure you can hear me, you can see me. And if you're in Periscope right now, what's up? Tell me who you are, where you're from. I want to welcome you so we can get started and make full use of our time together. Today, I'm talking about how to convert your expertise into a successful coaching business. And we have a lot of ground to cover together. So this broadcast today is for those of you who want to become coaches. Maybe you already are a coach. Maybe you have been watching all these coaches out there saying, I want to do that. There's something out there that I know I have to share. People always come to me for advice, guidance, tips, insight, inspiration. And you've been curious about this term of coach for a long time. And I'm here to say to you that when you walk the path as a coach, it's life-changing for you, of course, and for everyone who connects to you. You are able to help your people through challenges, through decisions, through up-leveling, which can be exciting and also very overwhelming. And you are really here to be a spiritual leader on a mission. So I'm Jenny. I'm going to be guiding you through this experience. I'm doing this via Google Hangout. Those of you who signed up, hey, who signed up for my webinar, like you're on my list, you're somehow connected to me, maybe you saw one of my Facebook ads, you're here on Google Hangout, and I know a lot of you are watching right now on Periscope. So what's up? Yeah, you're doing it too. Wonderful. So if I've got coaches with me, what's up? High five to all the coaches. And a lot of you, I mean, you've been coaching your whole lives, haven't you? People always came to you because you have something. You have a light. You have something powerful that people want, they want a taste of it. They want to be around you. Yeah, cool. Oh, hey, Michelle, you want to share with anyone how you transformed? Yeah, perfect. Michelle's one of my current students in Get Gutsy Coach Training School. So listen, let's get started. If you are just logging on, let me know who you are, where you're from. We're going to dive in. Hey, Sonia from Collinsville, Connecticut. Hey, Carol from Calgary, Canada. What's up? I've got Michelle from Boston. Anyone else who's just joining in? This is a broadcast and a party and a hangout and a training for coaches, period. And if you're not yet a coach, you can be. So stick with me. I'm going to tell you what I know about how to convert the expertise that you have right now into a successful coaching business. And I'm also going to talk to you about how you can join forces with me in my next group of students in my coach certification program called Get Gutsy Coach Training School. But we've got a lot of ground to cover before then. So let's get going. All right, and if you notice, I'm in my office right now. Okay, this I call the Sunshine Studio. I want to know, like, where are you? Do you have a space in your home or in your workspace that just feels so nourishing to you? This I call my creation cave. I had this created, literally. We moved into the house. This room didn't exist. I had this created because I was that passionate about helping my tribe do what it is they came here to do. That is my gift. I help you find your calling and then cash in on it as a coach, as a writer, as a leader, really as a spiritual leader. And so I'm here in my space, and as I was preparing for today, hey, let's see, from Lisa from California, Renee from Ohio, Karen from Rochester. I was preparing for today. I was out this morning at some meetings, and I'm like, I got to go home and like change into a dress. And I thought, what's that? I love dressing up. I'll be dressed up a good amount next week because I have a series of meetings I'm hosting with clients here in the Berkshires of Massachusetts. But let's be honest. I'm working with my clients, doing group coaching calls, private coaching, doing a lot of course creation, curriculum creation in my yoga clothes. Like, I am wearing my yoga outfit. Here it is. This is usually what I'm coaching in. It's rare that I'm going to dress up to coach by phone. So I like to be comfortable. That's why I left corporate America so many years ago, is because I wanted to just call my own shots. I wanted to walk my own road. So if that's what you want to be doing, if you want to be more in control of your schedule, the type of work that you're doing, who you're working with, where you're working, then coaching is a fantastic field. Coaching is a fantastic field. So listen, we are going to be doing some screen sharing here. Those of you on Periscope, what's up? I'm so excited to be with you. If you'd prefer to come over to our webinar, the Google Hangout, and see some of the chat happening there and the slides that I'll be sharing, you can do that, or you can stay on Periscope. The URL is jennyfennig.com/C like Charlie, T Tom, W wonderful -hangout. So either spot, I'm here with you. I love your comments. I love the hearts. I'm going to be checking in and definitely taking time for questions. So bring your questions. I know that you have them. So today, it's all about you. I invite you to be here now. I want to share with you what I've learned through my several years of doing this thing called coaching. I got certified as a coach in 2008 after leaving my $175,000 a year corporate job because I was burned out, bored, and knew that that was not the path for me at all. But I've leveraged everything that I learned as a corporate superstar to create my business serving women all over this beautiful planet. So our intention today is I want to train the next generation of change makers and coaches. I'm going to be sharing some nuggets, sharing some wisdom, asking you to go inward so you can pull out what it is you're called to do next. I'm going to answer your questions and we're going to have fun. So I ask you now if you are ready. Those of you who are watching via Hangout or Periscope, are you ready to rock it as a change maker and as a coach? Good. Let's go inward. I want to lead you through a guided visualization. When I was at that point in my corporate career in New York City and just realizing that it was not a sustainable path for me, I had to make a change and I didn't know what the hell that change was going to be, and it was terrifying. I turned to the practice that allowed me to be healthy, allowed me to feel good in my body instead of feeling like shit. And that practice is yoga. And I decided when I was trying to figure out what the next step was for me, because I didn't know about coaching, so online entrepreneurship stuff, I mean, was nothing like it is now. Facebook was in its infancy. There was no Periscope. There was no Google Hangout. There was none of that. I chose to get certified as a yoga teacher, and that choice changed everything for me. That led me to coaching, which led me to invest in myself as an entrepreneur, and it led me to be talking to you right now. So I have a lot of yogic tools and skills that I share with my people, and I'd like to share one with you right now. So if you're in a safe space, I invite you to close your eyes. You're safe with me. You're safe with the beautiful people who are connecting into this space right now. We're in this virtual space all over the world. So I invite you to close your eyes and simply listen to my words and listen to your breath. Feel your breath. Feel your strength. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Deep inhale, juicy exhale. I invite you to open your heart. Feel the energy and the wisdom of your heart right now. Feel this shining forward of your heart. And in your mind's eye, with your eyes closed, bring to light a picture of yourself sharing your wisdom, sharing inspiration, motivation, sharing love and compassion and caring as a coach, as a spiritual leader, as a woman on a mission, as a woman simply being yourself. Look around this virtual room that you're creating in your mind's eye. These are the people you came here to help. This is what coaching is all about. It is helping your people get what they want. And it is your divine responsibility to say yes to this. Look around this room in your mind and look at these people, your tribe. Look at them in the eye. Each one of them. Go around this room, on the beach, on the mountain, wherever it is that you are right now, this beautiful sacred space that you are called to be at with your people. They are following you. They will follow you wherever you go because you have the medicine that they crave to get what it is that they want, to get to their desired destination. This is your job as a coach. This is your responsibility. So as you look at them in the eye, as you go around this virtual space in your mind, this is your dream. You're creating your dream right now. These people are looking for you. They're waiting for you, what you have, and you alone, because nobody has exactly what you have. They are waiting for this. And when you fully step into this, when you fully say yes to this, when you fully say yes, you will go on the ride of your life. You will go on the ride of your life. So take a mental picture of what you just saw. Feel that heart center. Feel that connection right now. Hands on your heart. Feel a green, emerald green light there. You are saying yes to honoring the light within yourself and honoring it within your people. Exhale out. Beautiful. Beautiful. When you're ready, you may open your eyes, reacclimate yourself to the room. This is the style of coaching that I do. This is what I bring to the table for my people, my clients, my students. It's what makes me me. And you have something spectacular and special that makes you you. So I ask you now, what is your calling? What is your soul's reason for being here? What do you have that no one else has? Perhaps you felt that, you saw that during that visualization that I walked you through that meditation. What is it for you? This is your soul's reason for being here. And until you fully step into this, you will always feel somewhat off. I speak from experience. This is totally what I talk about in my book. Oops. I'm going to get a copy of it. My book is called Get Gutsy. The subtitle is The Sacred Fearless Guide for Finding Your Soul's Calling and Living Your Dream. Until you fully step in to your calling and to your purpose, and you say yes, and if you're called to be a coach, you will always feel somewhat off. And that's a horrible feeling. And I want better for you. And that's what we're talking about right now, because you have what it takes. You have expertise right now that will allow you to be a coach. That will totally allow you to be a coach. I am inviting you to do something that nobody else has done, something that will dazzle the world. Yogananda said that. Do something that nobody else has done, something that will dazzle the world. And you may see out there a lot of people calling themselves coaches, and you might think, well, gosh, it's just so crowded out there. How would I ever even make a splash? Why would anyone want to pick me amidst all these other people? And some who have more experience and they have flashy websites and fancy clothes, but nobody else is exactly like you. Your differences is what makes you awesome. A wise woman named Sally Hogshead said, different is better than better. So my job here today, and what I help my students do in Get Gutsy Coach Training School, which I'll tell you more about, is to help you identify what makes you different. What makes you different. I want you to imagine that you wake up every single day super psyched about your day ahead. You wake up, you get to go to yoga in the morning, or go for a run, or take your kids to camp or to school, whatever it is. You create your morning. You have a healthy breakfast. You write. You spend some time connecting with your muse, with that inner voice. And then you look at your day ahead. You say, oh my gosh, I get to talk to client A, and then client B, and then client C, and I get to hold a group coaching call. And then I get to create some curriculum for this course that I'm launching. And then I get to plan my retreat, or this workshop, or this joint venture that I'm doing with this awesome business owner that I love and I know my people are going to love. You're helping people every single day. You're creating your schedule on your time. You get to decide how much time you spend with your kids. You get to decide how much money you're going to make. It's all up to you. And when you put your head on the pillow every night, you say, holy wow, that was so awesome. And you get regular notes and feedback from your clients, your students, on email, in your groups that you run, on Facebook, Periscope, Google Hangout, wherever. It is totally possible for you if you are ready to fully step into this. And if you're ready to totally embody what it is to be a coach and not simply think that you can just call yourself one and that will work. Because there is more to coaching than meets the eye. So I'm going to do a little screen sharing here. Let's see. And I want to show you what I am seeing here. Okay, start the screen share. You should be able to see this. Start the screen share. Okay, cool. So right now, and welcome everyone who's just joining in by either via Google Hangout or on Periscope. I'm Jenny Fenig, and we are diving into what it is to be a coach, because I'm training the next generation of coaches. So if you are on Google Hangout, you can type in your questions to me. We will get to a question section. This Hangout that we're doing together is a 90-minute experience. Okay, so we're diving deep. I want to give you tons of value, let you see what's possible. If you're on Periscope, you can type comments into that space once I get to questions, because I'm going to focus on the content right now. All right, so your expertise is the foundation of your coaching business and creative platform. This is the foundation. You have expertise right now. No doubt. You have expertise right now. Even if you're like, I'm not a coach yet and I don't know. I mean, you have expertise because you've been on the planet for however long you've been on the planet during this lifetime. So you have expertise, a lot of it. My current students in Get Gutsy Coach Training School, I mean, we've got former corporate superstars. Some are still employed in corporate and they're building out their coaching business on the side. We've got, a branding expert, a woman who's been a massage therapist superstar for 17 years. I mean, so many different types of women who say yes to this, and they realize it changes the impact they can have in the world. So I want to talk to you now about how to leverage your story. This is the first piece in converting your expertise into a successful coaching business. What you want to do when you're leveraging your story is to write your story in the most compelling way possible. You're going to write your story in the most compelling way possible. You don't want to leave out those interesting elements, those elements that you're like, really? I don't know if I should share that. It's kind of vulnerable. I'm not sure what people will think. You have to go there. You have to be willing to expose pieces of your mess, because your mess is your message. Your mess is your message. This means all the jobs that you've had, any health situations you found yourself in, money ups and downs, relationship lessons learned, divorces, births, you name it. I mean, it all is into this mix, because your people, your tribe, they want to connect with you. They want to know what you've been through. They want to know that you're not perfect. Here was the journey that you've been on, and here's where you're going, and here's why you want to help take your people with you. Like, here's where we're traveling, everyone. Do you want to come? I didn't totally get this when I was first starting my coaching business. I thought I had to kind of keep some things separate and behind the scenes, because that was the background that I came from in corporate America. And you don't have to hide. You can bring yourself, your full self forward. And in fact, you need to. You totally, totally need to. As I peeled away layers and shared more of who I am, that's how my business has grown. And that's how I felt more of my authenticity. That's how my light has been able to shine at a higher vibration than when I was hiding some things. And this is what I want to help you to do. So when you write your story, literally you can go and write your story as if you were going to get it published somewhere. It was like you had an assignment, a teacher said to you, you need to write your story. You want to write it, and then you can take your story, and this is what I teach a lot of my students to do. I mean, and I have so many different courses I've led over the years. You can take this story. It's not just a little like creative writing exercise. You don't do anything with it. You take it. You can use it on your website's about page. You know, a lot of websites have about pages. You can take your story. You can put it there. You can use it in speeches, in workshops, in books. And if you've read my book, Get Gutsy, you'll see that it's pieces of my story just in the book, laid bare for everyone to see. You can use it on sales pages for programs and courses. Your story, you better love your story and accept it, because you're going to be telling it for the rest of your life. If you don't like the story that you're in now, it's up to you to change it. You got it? So that is your story. This is your first tip, is to claim your story, write it, know that your mess is your message, and take that story and slice it and dice it. It's one of my favorite terms, slice and dice. Slice and dice it and use it in as many different formats and mediums possible. Okay, so I mentioned my book, Get Gutsy. And Get Gutsy, let's see here, see if I can come see you again. Okay, your screen sharing. All right, Get Gutsy. So I want to talk to you instead of just showing you that. This is my story in a book. And prior to this is like the path as a coach. I've been on this path since 2008. Prior to me having a book, which I launched early this year, we're in 2015. Sometimes I like forget what year it is. Do you ever do that when you're like, what year is this? Like, where are we? Prior to having published my book, I was creating courses, a lot of courses. And I created a course called the Live Your Dream Challenge. And that was kind of my one of the first entrees into the whole online space as a coach. I've been doing a lot of private coaching work, which you can do. The one-to-one coaching model, it doesn't go away. There's nothing wrong with the one-to-one coaching model, except that you do eventually tap out, and there's only so many people you can touch with the one-on-one work. So a lot of what I teach is to help you leverage one-on-one, but within a larger container of a package, of a program, of a course, and then the one-on-one work is like a VIP offering where you can really go deep with those clients who want that premium glove service. All right, so one-to-one is awesome, but it's not the only way. And I want to talk to you about leveraging that experience with clients, but doing it so that you're not trading hours for dollars. You're not just selling one-off sessions. All right, I'm going to talk to you more about that in a bit. But having something like a book, and for me, this was a game changer. This is what led me to create Get Gutsy Coach Training School. I created a book writing immersion course, and then the people who have come into my world as a result of me publishing this, it blows me away. It blows me away. And now I'm training my people to actually write books because now I know what that's like. I have that experience. So if you feel like you have a story in you that you're like, oh my gosh, there's no way that all this stuff has happened to me for no reason, because this was pretty intense, and there has to be some reason why all of these crazy experiences have occurred to me, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, then you have what it takes to be a coach, to be a life, to be this spiritual leader who is getting out there and saying to those people in your tribe, I can help you. I can help you. Here's what I've got for you. I can help you. That's really what it is to be a coach. You need that structure so that what you're offering is sustainable for you on an energetic level and on a financial level. All right. So again, as we get later on into the presentation today, I'm happy to take your questions around this if you've been pondering it, or if you've been playing with it and you just hit a block. I really want to be at your service on this. All right. So let's go back, and I'm going to share my screen with you again. And we're going to talk about your strengths. I want to talk to you about your strengths, because you've got them. And again, you better be claiming these strengths, because this is what makes you different. And what did I share earlier in the presentation that I learned from an amazing, brilliant woman named Sally Hogshead? Different is better than better. So you may be wondering actually what your strengths are. Most of my clients and students do not give themselves enough credit for their strengths. And that's really sad, because you're all you've got. You must be confident as a coach, as an entrepreneur, and as a leader. And I know it's not always easy, because you have those tough days, and you have those moments where you're looking around and you get into paralysis analysis, and you're comparing yourself to others, and you're like, I'll never be there. What's the point? I should just stay in my little box over here and be quiet and just kind of be grateful for what we have. And gratitude is a beautiful thing, but you've got to listen to that inner call. So your strengths are a great place for you to start here. And I want to give you an assignment to ask your closest confidants what they see as your strengths. This is how you really know, because you typically are discounting this in your life. And if you're already working with clients right now as a coach, or in a different capacity, maybe you're a web designer. One of my current students in Get Gutsy Coach Training School, she had a 6-figure web design company, kind of graphic design, brand design company. She wasn't happy there, and she decided to reinvent herself and move into her calling as a coach. So in that case, she could ask her current clients, like, hey, what are my strengths? Because your strengths translate over many different jobs and businesses. Okay, your strengths come with you. You don't have to leave them at the door in case you change. Okay, your strengths are your strengths. You were gifted with them. And then we fine tune these beautiful tools that we have through training, through coaching, through mentorship, through adventure, through travel, through learning. So if you're working with clients, you can say to them like, hey, what do you see as my secret sauce? Why do you love working with me? Why did you choose me or choose our company? Really understand what these strengths are. Be able to say them in words, not just like, I know what they are. Like, be able to describe them, because you have to claim your credibility and experience in the market if you ever want to make it long-term as a coach. And I have seen a lot of coaches come and go. And the bulk of the peeps that I went through my coach training process with in 2008, the vast majority are not coaching right now. They're not making a living as a coach. And that's what started frustrating me and what led me to say, I'm going to fill a gap in the market. I want to train people to become legitimate coaches and teach them how to run a business, because that's what I saw was the missing link, truly. All right. So you can be great and know your strengths and all that kind of stuff, but we also need to know how to be entrepreneurs and marketers. If you don't have kind of all these pieces of the puzzle, you're going to struggle unnecessarily. And I want to help you. All right. So that's your homework assignment. Ask your closest confidants what they see as your strengths. And if you already have clients, ask them. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. They'll be happy to tell you. They will be happy to tell you. Let's move on to your offerings. This is huge. Your offering is like, here is what I have for you. Like, here is my thing. We just break it down super simply, right? Here is my thing. Do you want it? Here's what my thing can do for you. My thing can help you make more money. My thing can help you feel better in your body. My thing can help you reignite the spark in your relationship. My thing can help you call in babies, right? My thing can help you grow your business and be able to shut off at night because you know you've got consistent money coming in the door. My thing can help you cash in on your calling so that you can do the thing that you came here to do. That's what my thing can do. Here it is. Do you want it? That's really what it is. It's like sometimes we can overcomplicate business. We're like, oh, it has to be all like complex and crazy and super detailed and all this stuff. And that's when you lose people, because a confused mind never buys. A confused mind never buys. Don't confuse your people, because they're looking for reasons to say no, because they have a lot of decisions to make in their life. Like, how many decisions do you make on an everyday basis? What are you gonna have for breakfast? What outfits are your kids gonna wear? Are they going to camp or are they not going to camp? What's the pricing for your offer? Where are you going to have it? How are you gonna set up your lead page? What kind of freebie are you using? Where are you and your husband going out for dinner? Where are you guys going on vacation? Where are you gonna live? I mean, some of these decisions are like huge monumental decisions. Some feel very minor. So your people have these decisions too. And usually they're coming to you because they're in a place of confusion. They're in a place of, I need help, and they're feeling overwhelmed. But the way that we're wired, we're looking for reasons to say no, because that just helps us eliminate a decision. Like, great, I can say no now. So you must, to make it as a coach, you must intuitively and wisely package your offerings, and one-off hourly sessions are a slippery slope. I counsel my students to not have those. I counsel you to think about multi-month engagements. Because when you have multi-month engagements with various elements, that gets the best results and the deepest commitment and the highest price point, which means you are attracting in more committed clients, which is what you want. You don't want those people who are just going to drop off the face of the earth and blame you because they didn't get any results. And, you know, it's typically the ones who would come in at that lowest level who are going to be the biggest pains in the ass. I'll just be honest with you. You want those who are committed, who are like, I'm in this with you. Let's partner up. A huge issue with most coaches is inconsistent or non-existent cash flow. You heard me talk about the bulk of my classmates I went through in coach training school back in 2008, and I saw what they were dealing with. That's why I invested, tens of thousands of dollars learning from top entrepreneurial women like Ali Brown, like Fabienne Fredrickson, like Angelique Ruers, and down the line. I've masterminded with the best. I've gotten my butt on planes. I have learned. Because I saw so many of my classmates who went through this prestigious coach training, they didn't know how to make it as business owners. And you just can't make it. You can't make it in the world. The universe will show you, hey, there's something that you don't know that you need to learn. Yeah. So the way to think about your offerings are packages, VIP days, which are like deep dives with clients that you spend multiple hours together in a certain spot. And you can do these virtually, although I do the bulk of mine in person, which I love. I have a VIP day coming up next week, which I'm so excited about. You can host workshops, retreats, teleclasses, webinars, courses. I mean, courses have become like all the rage recently. And, I've been offering courses for several years. I love courses. When you can connect with your people all over the world, I mean, your universe is infinite, really, in terms of who can invest with you and who you can help, which I love. I mean, next week, in one of my programs, which is called the Business Adventure School, I've got a client, and I live in Massachusetts, Western Mass. I have a client flying in. She's actually already here because she's got some family in Canada. She flew in all the way from New Zealand. And it was a 12-month experience that we're in right now, masterminding, training, coaching, live retreats, all the way from New Zealand. She's not in my zip code in Massachusetts. That's what I'm teaching you here. To think bigger, to package up your magic, to package up your medicine, and I call it medicine because it is. You're helping to heal the hearts, the minds, the spirits of those people who you came here to help. But you have to do it in a smart way with your offerings. And we totally dive deep into this in my coach training school. This is what I've had to learn the hard way, okay? This is what I invested in big time to figure out how you structure it all, what you need to invest your energy and time in. There's a lot of decisions you want to make, and I want to help you make these things, all right? So your offerings. And I hope you've been taking notes. Those of you who signed up for the webinar portion of this is being recorded. We will get you the recording, so don't worry about that. The last element here I want to talk to you about in terms of what you need to look at when you are converting your expertise into a successful coaching business is your online headquarters. Your online headquarters. So the concept here is to create a digital home base. That's really what it is. Here's your home base to attract your tribe. And good news here, this is easier and cheaper than it's ever been. Easier and cheaper than it's ever been. Yes, I still believe in having a beautiful headquarters, kind of like the home base for your business. In my case, it's jennyfenig.com. jennyfenig.com. You can check that out. That's my home base. We're actually going through a renovation. You can't tell right now, but if you check back in a few months, it will look different because I have my web designer on the project, and we're going through a renovation. But jennyfenig.com has been my online headquarters since I got started. And I have to tell you, I actually didn't even have a website. I started my business in early 2007. I didn't have a website until July 2009. Did I say that right? I started my business in early 2008, not 2007. So it took me about 18 months to get a website. Because you know why? I was working with my clients. I was doing a lot of one-on-one work. I was in the field, in the trenches with my people. I had my first baby in early 2009. I started leading new mom support groups in New York City, which was amazing and transformative. And it led me exactly to what I'm doing today. I have a real intuitive sense of what women need, because I've heard it. I held sacred space for these women to go through their shifts. That new mom support group eventually led me to leading a working mom support group and then an entrepreneur mom support group, because that's where I found like these really are my people. So what you have today is an option called Lead Pages. Lead Pages. And on the webinar portion of this, I include a link to Lead Pages if you want to check it out. It is my affiliate link. I am a big believer and user in Lead Pages, and it's jennyfennig.com/lead pages. You can check that out. Even if you don't have your online headquarters yet, and it takes you some time to get your online headquarters, it's a higher price point project, and it takes time because there's a lot of decisions, branding, colors, what you're gonna say, the elements. It's important, but guess what? You can get started even without that online headquarters. You can be attracting in people to your tribe through a beautiful template resource called Lead Pages. So Lead Pages allows you to have like one-page templates that somebody could just come to. You could give them your URL. They could go right to that template. They can opt in for your magic to be hearing from you to get your messages. And you can start the dialogue that way, because what you want to be doing from the get-go is building your tribe of people who care about what it is that you do. Lead Pages can help you with this. And I dive into this in my coach training school because I want to demystify this, because the web can feel very overwhelming, especially for those of you who haven't been dealing with technology that much. And it's a whole different proposition when you feel like you're selling yourself. When you are the face of your company, when you are a personality-driven brand, which a lot of coaching businesses are, you get triggered easily, much easier than if it was you were promoting somebody else or something else, a product. Like when I worked in public relations, my clients were Kellogg cereals, Hershey chocolate, M&M's candies, Viagra. I mean, I had some pretty interesting projects. And it was pretty easy to promote those products. It wasn't me. You know, I wasn't like promoting myself. I was promoting these brands. Do you know what I'm saying? When you bring yourself into the mix, it's very easy to kind of hold back and to not share your full strengths. But we've talked about that before. You must be willing to share all of your strengths. So your online headquarters, Lead Pages is a great tool for you here. You can have that one pager where you could give away some kind of freebie that your people will eat up. You can offer applications to have a strategy call with you. So you can just get on the phone with some of your prospects. You could offer to host a webinar or a free call. You can do that all through Lead Pages. Start building your list, getting those people into your world. It's as simple as that. It's about helping your people all around this planet through the magic of technology and automation and love. And a huge thing for me is this concept of automation leads to domination. Automation leads to domination. Anyone who's worked with me in my courses, my current students in Get Gutsy Coach Training School know that we automate as much as we can so that I can really be in there with them, answering their questions in real time, coaching them, guiding them. I have my team on the back end automating. We use Infusionsoft in my business. That's a pretty sophisticated offering. That is our email provider. So those of you who get emails from me, those are delivered through a tool called Infusionsoft. You can check that out, jennyfennig.com/Infusionsoft. I don't recommend that for a lot of my clients who are kind of getting started as a coach, unless you like really know what you're doing as a marketer, you've got money, like revenue coming in the door. Infusionsoft is a more sophisticated offering. I recommend some other email providers to get you going. But we use Infusionsoft in my business. That's a way to automate so I can really be present with my people, because I am here to serve. That is what I'm called to do. I am here to serve. I wake up every single day asking, how can I serve? How can I serve? And right now, this is what I'm doing for you. I'm serving. I'm serving through this Google Hangout, through this webinar. I'm serving through Periscope. So however you are connecting with me right now, thank you. Because without you being here, without you saying yes to my ideas, to my offerings, to my thing, remember I said, here's my thing. Here's what it can do for you. Do you want it? Are you interested? Without you all saying yes to it, I don't get to serve. So thank you for allowing me to be a sacred servant. Thank you. Mia Hamm, those of you who are into soccer, she said this, which I love. True champions aren't always the ones that win. but those with the most guts. In order to be a successful coach, you have got to be courageous. You have got to be gutsy. That's why I called my book Get Gutsy, because it's like a non-negotiable. You can't be a wimp. Yes, you can be scared, but you have to take action anyway. You have to take action anyway. It is required. And you must be a woman of faith. People ask me, what is it, Jenny, what does it take to get to where you are? Some of my students who are earlier on in the journey. And I always come back to this piece of faith. Faith plus action equals the riches. I talk about the importance of spiritual leadership. That's something I'm going to be speaking about at my event in October called Alchemy Live. Everyone my next group of students in Get Gutsy Coach Training School, you all get a ticket to Alchemy Live in October, where we will all be embodying what it is to be a spiritual leader. The world needs more spiritual leaders right now. Big time. Big time. So it's faith plus action equals the riches. Are you a woman of faith? And faith is whatever it is to you. It's not related to a particular religion, a particular doctrine. You define your spirituality in any which way you desire. In my world, it's really looking at the messengers and guides and messages and angels that are in our days. And this month in particular, if you've been following me for a while, you know that this month we have a theme every month in my business that it comes through me, and then I share it out with my people and I say, here's our theme, go to town. This month, the theme has been angels, guides, and messengers. And oh my gosh, have I had a bunch of them in my life this month. It's like, I was actually talking with one of my healers this morning, and I shared with her, I'm like, it's like emotionally overwhelming in a beautiful way of what is coming into my awareness. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're all around me. And I share this with my people. And some people won't be open to the type of languaging that I'm using right now. Some people don't want, a woman like me or just a person in their life talking about faith or angels or guides or messengers. If that's you, then I'm not your girl. I'm not your coach. I'm not your teacher. And that's totally cool. But this is the way that I roll, and this is how I lead. So I talked to you about these elements that you need to convert your expertise into a successful coaching business. And I want to tell you about my thing. And then of course take questions from you. First, I want to tell you about my thing. And I'll take questions from you about your coaching business, about maybe what it is that you're doing now and that you want to evolve, and some insights from me on how to make that switch, that transition. I totally understand transition because I was in an intense one back in 2007 when I left my corporate life behind. And anyone who's birthed a baby and went through transition, I birthed 3 babies. I went through transition on 2. One of mine was born by a C-section. He was breech. And so I've experienced all different types of birth. But let me tell you, when you're in transition, that is excruciatingly painful. You feel like you are going to break in a million little pieces. You're not sure how you're going to make it through. And you just kind of want to go back, right? Like, never mind, I changed my mind. Any of you moms who are watching who's gone through that, you can't change your mind, from labor. You're like, you can't be like, forget it, no, I'm out. It's not possible, okay? The baby's coming, like, through you, ready or not. You can go through transition. You can become a coach. That is exactly why I created Get Gutsy Coach Training School. That is exactly why. I saw a need in the market for a unique certification program that not only teaches you how to be a coach, all the skills and tools that you need, the inner work that you must do, because that's really important, but also how to make a great living as a coach, as a marketer, as an entrepreneur. You need all of it. So I'm going to tell you more about this program. I'm actually going to take you to the website. You can check it out now at getgutsycoachtraining.com. Getgutsycoachtraining.com. Okay, and I'm actually going to take you now to the website. And then you can go ahead, if you all have questions about what I presented already, you're welcome to type them into the chat. I will get to them. It's helpful for me to know what kind of questions we have. And so I can, kind of hold space for that. And the messages, the answers come through me, and I'm able to serve you in that way. If you're on Periscope, you can type those in, and I'll get to them, or I might ask you to repeat them as I get closer to that spot of being able to hold space for you around those questions. But I really want to help you move through whatever it is that you're in right now. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to open up this. Okay, so GetGutsyCoachTraining.com is the spot for you to check out. This is for those of you who know that you want to be a part of a container of supportive women, spiritual leaders. They are change makers, helpers, healers, coaches. You want to do this, and you want help in doing it. That is what Get Gutsy Coach Training School is all about. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can just check out the page. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so here we go. The next class, I'll just let you know, starts October 1st. The next class starts October 1st. And that's the fall. We're in late July right now. But I'm going to tell you why I'm holding this session today, because we've got a pretty cool offer for those of you who are ready to apply and say, I know what I'm doing starting October 1st. We have some great pricing available to you, as well as the opportunity to get your hands on a number of my courses now, like immediately, so you can start rocking it with your learning. All right, so it's a pretty cool opportunity. I created something that I had never, it was like new. I had all these different courses, and that's something I want to teach you to do and to have, is all of these, like you're basically just taking your brain and everything that you've learned and how you're being called to serve, and you're putting it into some content for your people that they will invest in, that they know they want to learn from you. That's what I'm offering to you. And that's what we do in Get Gutsy Coach Training School. So this is a 4-month experience. And I'm just kind of scrolling through the page. I'm going to invite you to check it out. There's a lot of copy here. Really examine how I wrote the copy, how I positioned everything, because this is a cool kind of learning exercise for you to see how programs are offered. Because guess what? If you're going to make it as a coach, you're going to be offering programs. That's how you're going to do it. You have to offer programs. You have to have your thing, right? We talked about your thing. So you can read more about my story. You can read why I created this thing. I saw a huge gap in the market. I want to go to, you can see testimonials. You can see who it's for, who it's not for. I mean, who this is for, it's for women, and this is a women's only training. Okay, I love men. I'm married to one, and I have 2 sons plus a daughter. But this is a women's only coach certification program. This is for you if you're looking for a cutting edge curriculum. If you want to become well-trained and masterful credentialed coaches. And you don't have to go for the Get Gutsy Certified Coach credential, but you have the option. And many of my inaugural group of students who's just coming to the end of their experience now, many of them are going for it. Maybe you have an internal position right now, and you like your internal position in an organization, but you want to really hone your coaching expertise to serve your constituents, right? Serve your employees, serve your people in a higher way. You want to bring a coaching culture to your company. This is for you. If you are wanting to blend the approach of Get Gutsy Coach Training School with other philosophies, maybe you want to layer this into other offerings for your business. Like maybe you're a healer, you're a psychotherapist, you're a social worker, you're a yoga teacher. a consultant, a financial advisor, a massage therapist, a web designer, a writer. All of that is amazing because the coaching just supports your next level. You have this very powerful tool in your toolkit. That's what coaching allows you to do. And if you want to communicate more effectively across the board and experience more sacred success in business and life, you're going to love this. You're totally going to love this. So you can read through all of that. You can see more about me. I've given you a little taste of who I am. You can definitely cruise my website, jennyfennig.com. But as you can see when you look on my site, I've had a lot of success with media. And I talk about the importance of positioning yourself. My background was in branding. I love brands. I'm like obsessed with them still. And I'm able to leverage my positioning and my experience and my success stories with the media, with the Today Show, with top podcasts like Glambition Radio with Ali Brown, like Entrepreneur on Fire, hosted by John Lee Dumas. Ladies Who Launch. I have so many other podcasts, and I was just putting this together. I realized that way back when, I scored a really plum media placement in the New York Daily News for my organizational skills. I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot about that. I was doing some organization recently. I was reading what's it called? The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. If you've not read that yet, check it out. Oh my God. It's so good. And I realized I was going through all this stuff and I pulled out this paper from the New York Daily News. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was identified for being highly organized. And I came to my apartment, they took a picture of me. It was pretty awesome. So I bring this organization into how I teach and how I lead and how I coach. You can check that all out and you can see how we organize this life-changing training for you. There are 3 golden keys that we focus on. One is the coach's path, because this is a path and it is a calling. And you have an opportunity. So we talk to you about doing the inner work required. If you don't do that inner work, you're going to hit so many blocks. It's going to be painful for you. You're not going to be as effective as a coach as you could be. And you're going to start kind of unraveling. Okay, so this is a personal growth experience. If you're not open to personal growth, personal development, this is not for you. Coaching is not for you if you're not open to that. Golden key number 2 is skills and tools every transformational coach must master. This is where I started seeing an issue in the marketplace with people calling themselves coaches and they never trained to become a coach. They don't have these skills and tools because they've never learned them. And they start giving trained coaches, the whole industry, a bad name because they don't really know how to hold space for their clients. They don't. And they might have just called themselves a coach because it was sexy and it was easy and anyone can do it. It's not like being a doctor or being a lawyer where you have to go through boards and all that. Coaching is not an industry that's regulated in that way. But I wanted to bring some of my perspective into training you with these skills and tools. And then the 3rd key is how to make a great living as a coach and a marketer, as an entrepreneur. Because that's where I see a lot of the classic coach training schools falling short, is that you just don't have those skills and tools about how to make it as an entrepreneur. And that is what I've been doing for so many years. You have to know what's trending right now in the online space. I want to teach you how to not only have clients locally to you, because that's really awesome. I have some great local clients. They find out about me and I love that. Super fun. But your bigger opportunities will come from those people who live super far from you. Super far, like perhaps on the other side of the world. So when you grasp this online space, your opportunities seriously are unlimited. Unlimited. Okay, so you can read through kind of the exact curriculum and like all the different elements that we're gonna dive into. You can see how things are being delivered. This is a 4-month coach training certification process, and how it's delivered is through regular training lessons. It's super convenient for you to drop this into your life because the lessons are not a particular time. They drop into your inbox every week. over 4 months. And then there's 1 week every month where there's no new curriculum that's coming to you. So you can kind of like chill and pause, because it can get a bit overwhelming because you're like, oh my gosh, I have a lot to do. I have a lot to learn, and you're coaching, and you start coaching from the get-go. And we give you the opportunity to be paired up with a peer coach and a peer client if you desire. Okay, that's not required, but if you desire that, we give you the opportunity to have that pairing. And some of my current students have really enjoyed that. And they're making major traction with their peer client or their peer coach. So we give you that opportunity. So you're gonna be coaching like right away. Right away. Some of you are already coaching. Great, this will just help you take things to that next level. You're gonna get action guides, step-by-step worksheets from me that kind of lay out the content. You're gonna know exactly what you need to do to make this concept real in your life. We're gonna have regular Q&A calls and coaching demos throughout our time together. I'm gonna give you tons of resources, tip sheets, work samples, like a client intake form, a list of empowering questions. Guess what? Your job as the coach is to not, you don't need to know all the answers. You simply need to know how to ask empowering questions, how to tap into your higher coach, how to listen to that inner wisdom. Empowering questions are so crucial. We give you an entire list of these. I talked to you about the importance of empowering questions. I'm going to talk to you about different packages, tools you can use from my book, Get Gutsy, to use with your clients. Many of these you're probably using already, but if you're not, I let you know some new tools you can layer into your world. I'm going to talk to you about live workshops and retreats if you want to start offering these. Some of you are really called to do this. And it's a great way to connect with your people, to have these live retreats or workshops. Very, very powerful. I talked to you about preview calls and teleclasses. There's a tip sheet. You know, that's how I grew my business as a coach. I've hosted at least 100 teleclasses since I started my business. Teleclasses and webinars and kind of hangouts. There's an art and a science to this, and you don't have to be afraid, because it's a great way to connect with your people. Of course, we have a private connection forum, and you do have that opportunity to become a Get Gutsy certified coach. I can't wait to talk to you more about that and see if that's something that you're interested in. My current group of students, I've got a few who are ready. They've done their hours. You have to do a certain amount of hours. You do a written test and an oral test. You actually coach me, which I love. I love this. So if you're looking for a certification option, we have this for you. And again, it's not required. You don't have to go for the certification, but it's an option for you. So let me tell you more about the bonuses. And again, of course, I want to answer your questions about like who you are, the situation that you're in, the coaching work that you've done, just any questions you have about coaching. I want to help you with this because I know you have questions. I had a ton. Once I figured out like I'm going to do this coaching thing, I was like, where do I begin? What's the first step? As I mentioned, Coach Training School, Get Gutsy Coach Training School starts October 1st. We're in late July right now. I'm going to give you some really cool bonuses into Get Gutsy University. This is my newest offering. It hasn't even gone public into the world. But when you sign up, you have to apply for Get Gutsy Coach Training School. This isn't like a, let's just load as many people in here. I want to know who you are. I want to know why you're being called to coaching, why you're being called to this particular coach training school, so we can ensure that it's a fit. It's an energetic match. All right, so as soon as you apply and get accepted, you are going to score membership into Get Gutsy University. And as you can see, if you're looking at the website at getgutsycoachtraining.com, I've got a number of courses and for you that you will get instant access to. It's huge. This is so, so valuable. You're also going to get regular coaching calls with me. This is in Get Gutsy University. You're gonna have regular coaching, a connection forum. Like this was my way. I realized I had so many courses, and you're gonna kind of learn this as you get out there as a coach. And if you're called to create online programs, you'll have all this stuff out there, and then you'll start kind of shape-shifting and realizing that you need to put it all in a certain umbrella. So Get Gutsy University is something you'll get access to. You can have all these courses and start diving into them before we get going in October. That's my gift to you for saying yes now, saying, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to join the next generation of coaches, you'll get access to Get Gutsy University. You're gonna love that stuff. You're also gonna get a ticket to my event, which I talked about, Alchemy Live, that happens this October in the Berkshires. It is magical. Something happens at live events. Those of you who've been to my live events, you've been to others, like something happens that doesn't happen just through the computer. You know, Get Gutsy Coach Training School is a 100% online experience, which is awesome. But we do have some in-person elements that you can participate in if you feel called. One is a ticket to Alchemy Live this October, and I'd love to meet you in person, and I can introduce you to the people there as an awesome coach in the making. And maybe you already are a coach, to someone who is here to serve. I can't wait to share your magic with my people. If you want to come to Alchemy Live, you get a ticket. And then I'll be hosting Coaching Masterclass next year in 2016. You'll get a ticket to that. I am actually hosting that next week for my current group of students, and I can't wait to see these gals and help them really fine-tune their skills, because you have to be a masterful coach to make it, all right? You can't just like fake that shit. You have to train really to know how to coach, or else you don't have that authenticity inside of you. You don't have that strength inside of you to really coach with confidence. You need to coach with confidence, and that's what I want to help you to be able to do. All right, so those are the core elements of Get Gutsy Coach Training School, and I want to offer a fast action bonus for the first 10 of you who apply and get accepted. Again, this is an application program. All right, it's a very simple application, but I want to know your energetic intentions. I want to know more about who you are, because I've learned, and this is something you're going to want to do as a coach as well, you're not a fit for everyone. You're not a fit for everyone. You are not a fit for everyone, and that's okay. The first 10 of you who apply and get accepted, you're going to get a private call with me. A private coaching call valued at $997. You're going to get a private call with me. I'll help you map out your magnetic message marketing approach and systems. You need this as you grow your coaching business. It can't just be so willy-nilly. We've got to get clear about your expertise, what you bring to the table that makes you different. Remember, different is better than better. I want to help you laser in on this. Get clear from the get-go so that you don't waste your time, energy, and money on shit that doesn't matter. Just be straight with you. All right, so read through the testimonials, read through other women I've served. Bunch of questions there you can get answered right there on the site. We wanted to make the site as comprehensive as possible, and make sure you see our guarantee that I want you to be 100% confident in your investment, and that we offer a money back guarantee, and that you can go through the first 4 weeks of the training, and if Get Gutsy Coach Training School isn't for you, like you've done the work there, you haven't just like changed your mind. Like you've done the work, you've done the homework, you showed up. You showed up. If it's not a fit for you and you're like, no, this isn't delivering for me, and you've actually done the work, let us know and we will refund your investment. Okay? We will ask for your completed assignments if you fall into that camp, because we want to know that you gave it your absolute best effort. I do expect my students to be do whatever it takes kind of gals. Those who are like, they're going to step up to the plate, even when things get busy and you get scared and all that, because you're going to be scared. You're totally going to be scared. So on the site, you can see our application process. You can submit your $500 deposit to reserve your spot. That will be refundable in full if your application isn't accepted. Once you pay your deposit, you can go to the questionnaire, you can apply, we will get it. If you desire to have a private phone call with me because you have specific questions that aren't answered on the program page, totally can do that. We'd be happy to talk to you. We'd be jazzed to talk to you. And then if you're accepted, you'll get notice from us within 3 business days. Again, if your application isn't approved, your deposit will be fully refunded. And there you go. Then you're in, you'll get instant access to Get Gutsy University, those materials, And then on October 1st, we will get rocking and rolling. So what is the investment for this? You're probably wondering. The coach training market is pretty wide. I mean, it's huge. At the high end, probably around $15K for coach training certification programs. I invested $9K in mine. And I've invested a lot more in learning how to be a marketer and an entrepreneur and a spiritual business leader. You're gonna love the investment for this and everything that you get in it. And knowing that securing 2 to 4 paying clients to invest in a coaching package with you will pay for this training. I'm essentially giving you a sacred coaching business in a box. It's awesome. So you can see everything that is included on the page. The actual value of this is $50,000, just with everything, all the knowledge that I bring, the access to me you're gonna get, the training, the curriculum. I mean, it's huge. It's life-changing. Your investment, the regular investment price is $4,997, but we're offering early bird pricing until August 6th, all right? So until August 6th, you can get in at $3,997. That's paid in full. That's $3,997. And guess what? We are sensitive to payment plans and cash flow. I totally get it. And I want to help you be in this mix. We are allowing you to stretch payments out over 12 months. And if that calls out to you, that's that $500 deposit that we talked about, plus 12 payments of $341. That's at our early bird rate. Okay, the regular price is 12 payments of $424. This is what you're looking for if you want the best of classic coach training, married with what you need to know to make a great living as a coach. I know that you won't find anything in the market like this, or it's such a huge value. And I'm super excited to see who I get to train next. Like, who is going to be the next generation in Get Gutsy Coach Training School? And know that if you want to build a full-time coaching business, this is awesome. If you simply want to add coaching into your current business offerings, this is perfect for you too. If you want to coach leaders within your organization, cool. If you want to generate just some extra income by working with a handful of clients a month, maybe you're mostly a stay-at-home mom and you want to kind of just bring some energy into your world so you can get some money in the door and use your brain in a different way, you're gonna love what we have for you here. So there's just so much for you to choose from. I would love to help you. I mean, really, that's what it is. I would love to help you right now and just show you what's possible as a coach. Show you what's possible as a coach. That is what I want for you. So, coaching, it's not for the faint of heart. It is not for those of you who aren't willing to say yes. It's not for those of you who aren't courageous and gutsy. And I'm hoping that my screen is not going crazy because it's looking like really crazy right now. It's so funny. I'm doing this Google Hangout and it's like, woo, it's like doing this really weirdo. I hope you're just seeing my screen, like just me right now. Let me know in the comments if you're just seeing me right now, because I clicked something and it was like doing like 17 million iterations of my screen and looking like this hologram thing. So if you see my screen right now, just let me know. And let me know what questions you have about coaching, about stepping forward into this, about what you're doing right now and how you want to move forward. Like, I want to know. I'm drinking some water right now. Let me know if you want to learn more about kind of how I structure my business and how the bulk of the revenue comes in the door. I had a question about that from one of my clients recently. She was wondering like how does it all work? And I let her know. I let her know how this stuff comes into play. And she was really psyched. Okay, cool, you're seeing me. Thank you. I wasn't sure because Google Hangout, sometimes it's like, what's going on here? It's a pretty cool option. And those of you who want to connect with your people, I'm a big fan of Google Hangout. Super, super big fan. So I want to take your cues. My phone, I was periscoping and then my battery died, so the periscope died with it. I'm gonna see if I can get that back rocking. Listen, getgetsycoachtraining.com, all the info for you there. Really listen to your heart on this. Ask yourself where you're going, whether it's being in the offering that I've created, or whether it's simply choosing that you're going to be a coach and you're going to say yes to your gifts. What I'm here to teach people to do is wake up. Wake up. Don't hold yourself back from being who you were meant to be. I've been a coach since 2008, and nothing has wowed me more and touched me more than being able to work with these beautiful souls from all over. And it gives me so much pleasure and joy to watch my clients and my students transform before my very eyes. That is what coaching allows you to do. Truly. You like my mug? Keep calm and carry on. Keep calm and carry on. It's one of my mantras. We use a lot of mantras in my business and my world, all that kind of stuff. So I want to know your questions. I know you guys are here and you've got them. What are you struggling with right now? What do you want to know more about? See if I can pull this Periscope thing up, because some people were here and then my thing just went over. It just died. Technology, I didn't plug it in, which was my fault, because then I need to get one of those stands to like hope to put up my phone. I just kind of propped up all my books. I've got a ton of books in my office and I just propped them up here. So that's how I was doing it. And anyway, it's going to be like all tilted and all that good stuff. So yeah. If you're still here, if you're watching live right now, just tell me more, like, what do you do right now in your work, and what is calling you to be excited about coaching? I want to hear from you. I love the ability to hear from you. If Karen from Rochester is here, Carol from Calgary, Sonia from Connecticut, Renee from Ohio, Lisa from California. Like, what do you do right now? Are you coaching right now? Are you thinking about it? Like, what do you know about it? What questions do you have? What are you super excited about? What are you scared about? What do you feel is going to be a big challenge for you in the path that lie ahead? Have you tried some stuff already? One of my current students, let's see, calling all future entrepreneurs. Okay. One of my current students, she was really wanting to be a coach, and she was, trying to layer it into what she's doing, but was having issues, like really understanding how to coach, and was having problems getting her work seen on a larger scale. And this is really about that inner work that's required, and that faith that you need to be confident as a coach and believable as a coach, and appealing as a coach. You have to appeal to your people. All right, I'm double tapping. Hey, Periscope people, I'm back. This may be tilted because I don't know what we're gonna do here. But we fell off before. So yeah, coaching is it's not for the faint of heart. Hi everybody, hope this kind of works. I need to get a stand. Anyone on Periscope who knows where I can get a good stand for my phone, let me know, because what I have isn't going to work. It's not going to work. It's so not going to work. Those of you who are on the webinar, tell me what you took away from this session. Like, what are you going to do? What's your homework around story, around offerings, around your online headquarters, around your strengths. What are you taking away from this? How are you going to be moving forward? Because you have some homework to do. You have some homework to do. And if you're a coach, this is also a really cool tip I'm going to share with you. When you share with your clients, when you're working with them in sessions, you might think, oh, you're going to have these sessions, you're going to have, you're going to work with them over a period of 3 months or a period of 6 months, and you have a certain number of sessions in there, you have a program. Some of the biggest shifts occur in between sessions. So when you give homework assignments to your clients, that's really when some awesome stuff happens. When you give homework assignments to your clients, you can say to them, hey, before we connect again, I want you to write your story, or I want you to really think about your offerings, or I want you to look at what are those money, the messages around money that you keep telling yourself, because I see a block that's coming here. This is really, really powerful for you because you are able to hold space for your clients in between your sessions, because it's not just what happens on the sessions. That's why I'm not a fan of offering one-off sessions to your people, because then you're not really they're not as committed, and you're not going to get as big of results as you can get if they are engaged with you for a longer period. All right, so when you have those packages like we talked about, and you offer up homework to your clients, then you are doing a big service to them, because they will start taking action on what they experienced in the session with you. So this is huge for you as coaches. This is a huge opportunity. This is a lot of what we talk about in Get Gutsy Coach Training School. It's just structuring it all, being the most powerful version of who you are to the people who you came here to serve. All right, so it has been amazing having you here. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you about what I've learned as a coach. Periscope peeps, I'll hang out for a few more minutes with you because I see more people joining in. My feed dropped earlier, and that was kind of crazy. Those of you who are on the webinar, if you have any other questions about Get Gutsy Coach Training School, email us at support@jennyfenig.com. Let us know what we can do for you to help you make your decision. Remember, we have some special pricing for you on Get Gutsy Coach Training School when you register before our early bird deadline in early August. And you can certainly reach out to us at support@jennyfenig.com. And hold on, my screen just went away. 1-877-529-2098. That's 1-877-529-2098. We would love the opportunity to work with you, to help you rock it as a coach, a spiritual leader. I mean, that's really who you are. You're a spiritual leader, and you need to, yeah, Jenny, question, I see you. Yeah, whoever has a question, go for it. Like, type it in. Type it in. Don't be afraid. I don't bite. My daughter, Kate, bites because she is 15 months, and so she thinks it's funny to bite, and that's really not funny. I'm like, no, we don't bite. Okay, so the fear is committing to a client. Ooh, good one. The fear is committing to a client for 3 to 6 months. What if we just don't gel? Ooh, I love it. Thank you for sharing that, whoever it is that just shared that. I don't see your name because it just comes across as anonymous. Yeah, totally. I get it. That's why it's so important, and we talk about this a lot in Get Gutsy Coach Training School, to do your own inner work. To do that, I recommend applications, like an application process before you say yes to working with a client, before they say yes to working with you. That's why we have an application in Get Gutsy Coach Training School, because I don't want just anyone in this course. I've definitely had students and clients who have not been a fit. It's not fun at all. It's the worst, actually. And that's why I've created these systems to deal with that. Because it's not good for anybody. Why would you want them to commit when you're not a fit, and why would you want to do it? It's a waste of everyone's time. It's not worth it. So I walk you through how to have kind of this process, and it helps weed out the tire kickers. It helps weed out those people who aren't, they're just, it's not worth it. And I used that for many years in my business when I had kind of like a complimentary strategy call, and they'd fill out an application. I could see right away, just from the way they filled it out, if we should even get on the phone together. And then once we got on the phone, I listened to my intuition. I listened to my inner voice, and I was able to make that decision. And usually it was a together, we felt it together, but there were many times when I was just, you know what, thank you so much for considering me. I'm not the best person to help you. This course is not for you. I might have something else for you at a different price point, at a different kind of energetic commitment. But on the one-to-one basis, like, I'm very, very clear, especially those who work with me at a high level, those of you who will be in Get Gutsy Coach Training School, if it's not a fit, we will let you know. We love you, but we won't approve your application. Yeah. No problem. You signed on late due to work. And we've recorded this for all our Google Hangout peeps. We've recorded this. You'll get the recording. Yeah, the application is crucial. It's really, really crucial, as is the listening to the inner voice. That's a huge theme in my book, Get Gutsy, if you haven't read it yet. That's one of your kind of prerequisites to be in Coach Training School with me, is to read this book, because it's going to teach you a lot. And we talk about the concepts in the training, but you have to listen to that inner voice. And it's challenging, because sometimes we're conditioned to, like, we'll just take the money, follow the money. But it's not worth it to take the money, because this person and you are not a fit. It's like dating somebody and it's not a fit. Marrying somebody and it's not a fit. What is the point of that? That's horrible. To whoever who said you signed up for Alchemy, for Damsel in Distress, awesome. Wondering if your ticket for Alchemy is still available. Yeah, if you signed up for Damsel in Distress using our affiliate link, that was the deal, then you do get a ticket to Alchemy, and you should have received a note around that. If you haven't received an email from us, then reach out at support@jennyfennig.com, and we will help you with that. Totally. I can't wait to see you there. And if you already have a ticket to Alchemy through like a bonus from some other program, and you sign up for Get Gutsy Coach Training School and you get a bonus ticket to Alchemy, you can gift that to somebody in your life. You can gift that ticket to a client, to a friend, to whoever. Just let us know. We would be happy to do that for you. Alchemy, we're going out with a bang. This is my final event called Alchemy Live that I'm hosting this year. I'm moving into some new terrain in my business, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be totally awesome. Alchemy is at thealchemyevent.com if you want to check it out. I really love hosting experiences for spiritual leaders and bringing you a sacred space to connect and rise to your next level, because it's not so easy. Sometimes it's really hard and really painful and really scary, and you're like, what's going on? You almost feel like an alien. Does that ever happen to you, where you're like, I am like what is that Sting song? I'm an alien in New York. I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. Yeah, so whoever just said you're attracted to my talks because of my spirituality, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's something that I'm not saying no to anymore. I used to try to hide that, my spirituality, because it was scary to me. It was like big, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know if it was going to be marketable and attractive in the business landscape. But I know that the right people who are going to connect in with my message, and the people I'm here to help, are totally open to me stepping into my role as a spiritual leader, so I can help you do the same. All right, so that's my passion. And if that's not the language that you speak, if you're not comfortable with spirituality and me speaking this way, as I said before, I'm not your girl, and that's totally cool, because there's a lot of other people out there who will be speaking your language, so you just need to find those people. Totally cool. All right, so thank you so much for being here. I look forward to those of you who are going to apply for Get Gutsy Coach Training School. The world needs more confident, trained coaches who are rocking it as coaches and really know what you're doing. And then to know how to be that marketer and entrepreneur. Like, it's all of those elements that I saw missing in the market. That's exactly why I created Get Gutsy Coach Training School. So would love to have you in our next class. Would love the opportunity to help you do what you're put on this planet to do. Would love to fill the world with more awesome coaches. I mean, how fun is that? And you get to meet some of your little coach buddies at Alchemy. It's really fun. You're amazed when you get around coaches. We have a way about us, and we don't compete because there is no competition when you are being uniquely you. There isn't. It's just you're being uniquely you. And you don't have to worry about that of like, there's just so many people and who's going to want me when there's all these other people who've been doing it longer. When you are you, you will attract people in who you just are so thankful that the universe brought you two together. Okay. So it's really about faith plus action equals the riches. Being you, different is better than better, and saying yes to your calling. Totally saying yes. So thank you again for being here. If you're on the Webby, super excited, so grateful that you were here. If you were on Periscope with me, sorry we dropped off before. I'll hang out for a couple more minutes from my Periscope peeps if there's anything else. And we have the recording for my webinar people coming to you very soon. GetGutsyCoachTraining.com, check it out, submit your application, listen to the inner call, listen to your inner voice. Mwah. Much love to you. Keep shining your light.